Hey, thank you for being here with me. You already know what we're going to do. You already know what this is and what it looks like. You are this is well known to you by now. So we're using that and we're pairing it with Lila. I did put it back in its original state. Lila's looking kind of old. And so I need to look and find out like how long I've had this one, but it still performs well. So this is what Lila looks like. So we have the same tones except for no greens in Lila, but as far as like the purple, red type color story, it is in both. So I did sit here and I looked at it, and I think we're going to use 4 shades from each palette. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I will just call out the names. Maybe for Lila, yeah, we'll just call out, well, I'll show you the shades from Lila. Right now, though, I want to put on City Beauty lip oil, and as I prime the eye, I'm trying to get my paper right so I can read the names. So I have a mess. Excuse me if I seem out of it. If you've been here for a while, you know sometimes I have these moments. You would not probably believe me. Maybe you would. What time it is right now. So we're going to prime the eye and then do the intro. I thought I was prepared. So hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why? The crazy knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. You may hear you must use a certain brand, tool, or technique, and I'm here to tell you that you don't. If you want to try all the things, but don't do it because somebody in a video is telling you. Do it because you're really just curious, like, would this work for me? What do I really think of this? And so it's not about seeking validation from online personalities. It's about just wearing what you want to and being comfortable in your own skin. The bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features. Enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Listen, y'all, love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's what the Crazy Troll Nation stands for. Wear what you want to and rock it and love yourself for it. So that was the Fenty primer. My full face is done. I'm back to doing flat lays for Instagram. I did receive a couple answers back. Someone said, when I asked what's preferred, like reels or posts in flat lays and information, and you can put all that stuff in a story or a reel. I don't like stories because if I'm going to post this, I don't want it to just disappear in 24 hours. The only time I'll post a short is if someone tags me in a short and then I share it. But my own content, like the shorts I do for here, those are what I upload as reels over there. So I had asked, now we're going to put on Max Paint Pot and groundwork. And so someone did say reels seem to get more attention. And then somebody else commented, they like both, but they prefer a post because they want to see the pictures. They want to take their time and look at the pictures. They want to read the information. And for reels, it just goes by so fast. And so I'm like, okay, at least somebody really wants to see pictures and flat lays because y'all know I love long form content too. And the attention span for people in adult bodies seems to be getting shorter and shorter. And I'm just like, my last few flat lays, because I'm doubling up now on blushes as well as doubling up on I know, or bronzers, I'm running out of space for the flat lays. And so I think I may just do a flat lay of the palette, and then the other flat lay will be of all the other stuff. You know what I mean? Because and it might be the way I crop the pictures too, because when I take the picture, I crop it in my phone in the gallery, and then when I go to post it on Instagram, like it's too big. Like say this is the frame right here for Instagram when I upload a picture. The flat lay may be out to here. And I am able to shrink it in a little bit, but then like these parts right here are still outside of the frame. Excuse me. And so I either need to, you know what, I will just do a picture of the palettes and a picture of the other stuff I use because it takes up a lot of space. Even on my stool, I'm just like trying to cram everything in. So the first thing, we're going to go dark to light, outward, inward. We're going to take this shade here, which is Dragon Bite, which is a dual chrome. And we're going to put that out here. I was looking at my crease because it looks like it's trying to crease already. And so I will just pat that out again. I'm still trying this new thing with concealer. I have one of the NY11. So what I've been doing is I've been putting on the City Beauty, what is this called? Brightening eye cream, and then putting the Natasha Denona concealer on top of that. And then just do the primer and foundation like on my face. And when I used the Y10 that way, it does oxidize, but I'm not quite, it's just something about it. And I think maybe because I'm not used to my under eye being bright, because it's normally not bright. Today I have under my eyes the NY11, and I really like this one. Put minimal powder on top. After I put foundation and primer over my face, whatever residue is left in the brush, I will lightly tap under my eyes. And so I'm not using the brush going all the way up like I was before. So we'll see if this sticks with me with doing this. On bare skin, the concealers do oxidize on me. And what that means is that it dries down darker than it looks when I first put it on. Whereas when I was putting it on top of the foundation, it did not oxidize. And so that's one of the differences too. If I was used to my under eye looking brighter, then yeah, I would really love the NY10. But I'm just not used to that because that's not how I naturally look. A friend of mine in another state, she went to Ulta and had her face done. And she sent me a picture. She said, I went to Ulta and got my face done. Like, what do you think? And when I first saw the picture, I thought it was my mom. I was like, oh, and it is a family member. And I was just like, so I'm looking, and and this person doesn't typically wear makeup. And so I could tell that they had on makeup. Their skin tone looked like mine, and they're like a couple hairs deeper than me. And now we're going to take Amethyst, this shade right here. And so that was the first thing. And because my mom, her complexion and mine are similar. And so I was like, so I'm looking at the picture like, it did look nice though. It just didn't look like her. And they did her brows. And like how it was lightly feathered here, and then it got darker going out. Most people's brows don't even naturally look that way, and it's not a natural look. And they were symmetrical though; they look good, but it was just really obvious that this is not like this is a lot of makeup. But I told her, I said it looks nice, which it did. I didn't tell her it didn't look like her though. But whoever did her makeup at Ulta did a really good job, but it just didn't look like her. And the thing with people who normally don't wear makeup, like, don't do all the things. Like, if somebody tells me, oh, I only wear makeup for special occasions, can you do my makeup? You know, then I'll do all the things. But if they're just like, oh, well, you know, I'm just going out to lunch, so can you just do a neutral look or a natural look? And I'm like, sure. Because if somebody doesn't wear makeup on a regular basis, they're not going to do all the things. And so what this person told me was, they said it didn't work out. And I said, well, what do you mean it didn't work out? And I asked her too if she purchased some of the products, and she said yeah. And the lady had told her, you know, Maybelline, so she purchased some Maybelline stuff. So I'm glad they didn't sell her like expensive stuff or suggest that she get, you know, more expensive stuff. And she said it didn't work out. And I said, well, why didn't it work out? She said, because it took too long to get ready. She said, I don't have an hour in the morning to do my makeup. And I'm like, yeah, that's valid, because it does take a while. And so I recommended to her, I said, well, maybe just a skin tint and lipstick or lip gloss if you want to do that, because that would be nice, easy, simple. Put it on. It should dry down on its own. And this is how much like she really does not wear makeup. She said, I don't know what a skin tint is. And because she had went to Ulta, I said, I'll send you some pictures. And so I put in the search bar skin tint, and I sent her some pictures of that. And then I took pictures of BB cream and CC cream, which they do different things, but it's all basically the same thing, just different ways. And so I don't know if she's going to try that or not. We're going to take Cosmic Fantasies, which I feel like we use a lot. And so I don't know if she's going to go for it or not. And she is older than me. I'm 55. And a few times before, she wore makeup. When I used to go around her more often, I think that encouraged her or made her interested about it, because a few times when I would go, she would have on makeup. And I'm like, you wearing makeup? Because she would never, like, not even lip gloss. And so I think that it was, you know, I inspired her in some kind of way, or at least made her curious enough, you know, to try something new. And the age thing doesn't matter, because I didn't start wearing makeup, y'all, till I was like 34, 35. And I know, you know, I'm not the only one out of people I know who didn't start wearing makeup till later. So when I hear people say, oh yeah, in high school, I was wearing lip gloss and lashes, I'm like, for real? Like where I live was nothing like that. So it was... And so even my little cousin, the cheerleader, she's not, I think she's 14 now. She does her own lashes. And I'm just like, I need to catch up to you, cuz... So I'm looking for fallout. I see a piece of hair or eyelash. That is gone. This brush. And we're going to take Astral Sunset Splendor. So far with this shade, that'll be 2 shades from each palette. I like Lila with this, because it is the same color story. So it is monochromatic, but I think it's pretty. I think it's really pretty. I'm thinking what eyeliner I want to use. And I am just pressing so that I don't encourage fallout, especially where Cosmic Fantasies is like where the two meet together. So you see I'm just pressing it. And so that looks very, like, not there at all. This shade, Astral Sunset Splendor. Oh my gosh. And that's okay. All right, right now I'm looking at the shapes. This side looks higher up than this side, or it may just be how my brows are. The shapes are the same, though. They both have that little swoosh at the top. And so the shapes are good. Oh my gosh. I heard a song the other day when I went out. Let me back up because I usually always forget. This is Skip the Wait List. Excuse me. That part of my intro I forgot to tell you. That's on my Inner Realms and NYX Retractable Eyeliner in Silver's Lower Lash Line. I picked it at random because I'm not putting anything silver under my eye. The last part of my intro is 2 things about me to know. Sometimes I curse because I curse. The other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say excuse me. So we're going to go back to Lila, and we're going to take Nude Mauve. Is that what it is? Yeah, Nude Mauve. And we're going to put this as our under eyebrow shade, because I don't know if this is quite transition area or not. And we are going to feather it out here just to kind of blend that line a little bit. But I do like this look. I do like this look. For a while, because I realized I wasn't using it, I had put Lila in. Did I put it in my McGrath store? But then something happened to me one day, and I don't even know what it was, but I'm like, I want to go get Lila. And it did still have a lot of life into it, and so that's how she came back into my active collection here. I really do like this look. Like, it's simple, but it's nice. So that made 5 shades from here. 3 shades from there. And we're going to go back into this one, and we're going to take this shade, Blitz Bronze Supernova, because usually we use either this one or that one. So we're going to take this one and put this just under our brow arch, like just right here. And then that'll be 3 shades from this palette. I am putting a Lila shade under my lower lash line, but maybe I'll do like first half lower lash line, second half lower lash line thing, just to keep the numbers even. Because I still hear Janet in my head when she said, you're using less and less shades from Lila. And I was like, you know what, Janet, you're right. And so I'm back to like consciously try to use equal shades. And so that's kind of there, not there as well. Down here in the mirror, I do see the sparkle. So lower lash line. So we used 1, 2, 3 from Lila and 1, 2, 3 from Petalmorphosis. So this is the shade that I wanted to put on my lower lash line. This one is a dual chrome and this one is livid. I think, well, we already used Cosmic Fantasies because that would have been great with that. We're going to take Lunar Nectar, which is this shade right here. And we're going to put that on the first half of our lower lash line. I feel like I'm back in the groove on Instagram as if I had never left. I've only been on there less than a week. And what I've been posting is, if I did a short for the Petalmorphosis Plus look that I did, then I post it as a reel over there. And I also post the pictures. The ones I take in my videos when y'all are here. So I've been posting those along with the picture of me holding up, you know, whatever palettes that I used. The last few looks I did do a flat lay because I used to do that before for Instagram. And so, yeah, I feel like I'm back in. I'm very aware of the time I spend on there. I only scroll, I think, for maybe a minute, 2 minutes at the most, and just go through. If I like something, I heart it. If I read what they wrote, if it's a question, you know, I'll answer the question. I posted my Grinch look for this week 70 of Creative Art with Heart Collab with Leah Evangelista. And there was a list of things that we could choose from. Like, what's something somebody said was too much and you shouldn't wear it? What's something unconventional? And it was just like, it was different things, maybe like 10 different things. And so I use that look as me being unconventional, because if you remember the Grinch picture, the Grinch, all the things is like frowned down, and I did on one side, everything was angled upward. And so even doing that, doing the Grinch look is unconventional, me doing it a different way. You know, the shapes of the smiles were going up instead of down, and I only did like one half of the face. And so now we're going to go into Livid, this shade here. And so, yeah, I'm really liking that. And I started to doubt myself because I was starting to compare myself to like those really beautiful, creative, wonderful looks on Instagram. Looks like Maiden does when she does those creative looks. But then I look back over my gallery and I have some looks, you know, like that too. But what it made me realize is because I do, even if I'm inspired by something, I do make it my own. But I did have a moment where I'm like, wow, like I'm not as, you know, creative as I thought, or had started believing that I was. But then I had to remind myself I am, because not anybody, but most people will take a picture, or like for clown makeup, it's the white face, you got the little triangles here, triangle here, the red nose, and the same type of lip. Like it's the same. It's the same concept. And so I do strive, and I do strive even in my regular makeup to do something different. But even with like the troll play, as I call it, I'm still trying to do something different. You know what I mean? And so for me, that's being unconventional. So I posted that picture. This dark spot has been getting bigger over here. Well, wider, I should say. I have not picked out a lip. We have not picked out an eyeliner. Let me take out mascara. What did I put on both of these? Just because this is a mascara primer. This is from Lancome, and this is the mascara, excuse me, from Esom. It's just called the mascara. But let's look down and see what eyeliner we're going to do. I do want to do a purple. I don't think I still have a purple. Well, not here. I have the ink light in my kit. I have a gray, which is, I'm gonna just do the black from Lethal. This is Midnight Snack is gray, and what changed my mind about using this is the waterline is so easy to get off. Even though I do think this would be nice, and I haven't used this in a long time either. But that's what that looks like, and it would show up. It would, but I'm glad that ain't hit me in my face because I've done that before, Excuse me for that. So we're going to put this palette away, and we're going to grab the palette that has the black in it, which is called Y2K. But this is also from the bundle. So this is the black one here. These two are from Notoriously Morbid, a blush light and a shadow. I very seldom use this. Maybe I forget it's there. I don't know. But we're going to move my makeup brushes so I can put my elbow on my table. And we're going to mix up some water in here. I still have my palette here in case I put too much water on the brush. Yes, too much water. So we are just wiping across the liner to get it wet. So this is the liner. And so we're just, going across, letting it absorb some of the water and get some on the brush. And I have an idea for this Petalmorphosis one. I did purchase it on borrowed time. And so what I'm wondering is, I did ask in a video before, I don't even know it was a live stream. I asked, who had it or who thought, what were their thoughts on this palette. And it was kind of mixed between, it's not for me, not interested. Because I'm thinking to give it away. Just do one last look in the live stream and let that be also a giveaway video. Because as of right now, when I finish the series, I'll have used it 20 times, literally 20 times. But if I do one more look, it would be 21. And the reason I'm thinking of doing one more look is because I think for some reason, I think tomorrow is the last look in the live stream, which means, well, no, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, let me get those together. The looks I did the last couple of days, they're not the last look. Tomorrow's look in the live stream will be the last look. But I still have videos that's going to air from looks I did over this weekend and on Friday, you know what I mean? And so I didn't want to be like, this is our last look, and then you're going to see videos of it. And so that's what made me think if I do one last look for real. And ask in the live stream again, what do y'all think of this palette? And give it away. So that's my thought. And so you won't see this till after, which is unfortunate. I may do a community post about it. Just to let people know so they can really try to be there for that live stream, for when we're going to do it. Or if it's just going to be a video. I really haven't decided yet. But I do like live streams better because of the interaction. So the wings look the same. Neither one has a severe accidental swoosh, but they both have the same shape, which is cool. This one is a little bit thinner, but we're going to leave it because, yeah, it's really close this time. So I remember back when I couldn't do my eyeliner while talking, and somewhere along the line, one of the first few times I did it, I'm like, wow, I really just did my eyeliner while I was sitting here talking. And it surprised me. So what are you going to do for a lip? Oh, black was the first thing that came to my mind. Oh, man. I want to declutter some more lippies. But we did use this recently, but I do really like that shade. We're going to leave that one out. We just used this recently. This is mulled wine. This will look really nice with this too. This one always shows up more blue than I think. This is a deep blackened blurple. We're going to use that one because that would pop the look a little bit, especially since we did the black eyeliner. Let me put this on first because I almost forgot that quick. So I was going to say, what do you think of that idea? By the time you see this, it may have happened, or I can just make it a point to do it in a live stream on a Monday, which seems when most people are able to make it, and announce it in well, on my community tab, which I don't think a lot of people even see the posts. So if you're hearing this now, today is a Monday. I think it's the 25th of May. Yes, a Monday, early in the morning, and I do have a live stream tonight. So I said, you know what, I can do this now, and then wash it off, get some sleep. And I do have my alarms set already for tonight. So I'll mention it in that live stream too to see if they're like, oh yeah, you should do that. Or if they're like, girl, we done saw what that palette could do. Thank you very much. Because you've done all these looks with it. And no, I still am not interested in it. But I do really hope that seeing this series that I did show you what can be done with it or similar colors from whatever palette pairings that I did, you know what I mean? And so I do hope that, though. One thing that may be a downside is for those who do want the exact looks I used, they may not have the palettes that I used, you know what I mean? But just come close, because nothing is really 100% original anymore, like nothing at all. So that is the mascara. Y'all love this mascara. And I gotta remember to leave stuff out for the flat lay now too. So we're gonna put this on, Adder's Fork. And I like this shade. It smells like sugar. And y'all know I like it because it's dark. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty. Natasha Denona Lila. Spellcast Beauty side. Has out a palette. I think it's 16 pan. I think it is a neutral palette, and it's like half mattes and half shimmer. And I was drawn to it because of the mattes. Because we know what they can do, shimmers, and some of their palettes are all shimmer or all multi-chrome or dual chrome. And so I was like, ooh, that could be a good grounding palette for the all shimmer ones. And then they had a 30% off sale. And I was thinking about it. I almost impulse purchased it, because I was thinking, why do I want this? And it's $55. So I was just like, I do still have credit, but I want to keep it for something that really calls me. And so I was really thinking, why do I want this palette? And it was because of the mattes. But there were some blacks. I think there was a black, grays. There was 2 different shades of red. And I'm like, I have that in Eternal Beauties. And some of the other mattes were like a light blue and, you know, a warm tone yellow. And I'm like, I do kind of have those, because I was thinking of the MAC Pride palette, which I don't use enough, but that has 40 shades, and so I'm like, I have the shades. My bottom line is janky, because I keep talking. I'm gonna put on a lip liner, that'll fix it. So the song that's been on my mind is Wish We Can Turn Back Time to the Good Dope Days, when the mama said us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Do y'all remember that song? I used to love that song. That's the day when I had those errands to run. I'm glad that this is not showing up much against this lipstick, because I just wanted to use it to straighten out my bottom lip line, even though it's crooked naturally. This is my natural lip shape. Yeah, uneven, I know. But this is my natural shape. It's accentuated when I wear a dark lip, because I do just go on my top lip line. I was gonna say lash line. And so a dark lip just accentuates that it's crooked. So this is the look. Let's do our pictures. Was my lips looking funny? I think there was, yeah, I see spaces. What's happening? So we're gonna do pictures again. And y'all like, girl, just end the video. If you're still here, put a blue and a black heart for the lip color. Even though it says black and purple. You know what? Do a black, blue, and purple heart. Oh, this is nice. All right, let's do this again. And we're gonna hold up these palettes. Thank you for bearing with me. For those of you who do stay to the end of the video when I do these pictures. So this is what we have. Excuse me for the glares. This is, I'm holding this one weird. All right, let me put this down. Y'all, I'm just in like slow motion or something today. I just dropped that plastic. Because I want to hold them where they're both at least facing the same way and not this one this way and this one down here. Just for the picture purposes and for posting purposes. So, this paper. Y'all, thank you for your patience. Seriously, I mean that. So, let's take this picture. Let me fix my lips. Okay, that's that. So, thank you, and yeah, let me know what y'all think about that giveaway idea. I like to do one final look and do a giveaway in that video of this palette. I do have cosmetic sanitizer spray, so I would spray it. Yeah, so let me know what y'all think about that, because it will be after this video when I do it, if you guys are like, yeah, you should do it. So, but anyway, we're going to go. Thanks for being here. Stuff is popping up over here for you to watch. I would love for you to hang out, go through my playlist or just whatever. Visit my channel anytime. Y'all, there's tons of content over there. And I appreciate you being here. And as always, excuse me, as always, a hiccup. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.